Sportsfam Nation, what's good? Welcome to another edition of Random Thoughts. Let's talk NFL football, but let's keep it one-sided tonight. Let's focus on the National Football Conference, better known as the NFC. Now, I'm not going to be biased here because next week I will talk AFC football. But what I want to do tonight is talk about the three teams who I think are the absolute best in the NFC. Now, I know people are saying, well, it's still early. It's too early to tell who's going to be the best in the NFC. That's true. There are teams that are going to get hot at the right time. You're going to have a surprise team. You're going to have a team that's struggling right now that's going to turn it around at the last minute. But talk about the teams that are playing well after 3 weeks. The absolute best team to me are the Seattle Seahawks. You got probably the most dominant defense in all of football, led by Richard Sherman, who holds their defense together. I mean, these guys are hard to beat, especially if you're playing them at home. The key is not to let Seattle get home field advantage because they have the longest home winning streak in the NFL right now, and it is extremely tough to win out of Seattle. Offensively, you got Russell Wilson, who doesn't play like a second-year guy. This guy plays like a guy who's been in the league for over 5 years, or maybe more. This guy definitely has ice water in his veins. Also, in the backfield, you got my man, Marshawn Lynch, a beast. Receiving-wise, Golden Tate, Sidney Rice are holding it down. Still waiting on the return of Percy Harvin. If these guys get it going on offense, man, Seattle will almost be unbeatable. But there are two other teams who I wouldn't sleep on in the NFC also. First off, the New Orleans Saints. They got their head coach Sean Payton back. I think these guys are playing with a chip on their shoulders. We already know that these guys can score with anybody in the league. But now, the addition of Rob Ryan as the defensive coordinator has already made a difference. The Saints have only given up 31 points through 3 games. Now, you get a dominant defense or a halfway decent defense to go along with that explosive offense, watch out for New Orleans. The last team I want to talk about is a team I think sometimes they get unfair criticism. And I'm talking about Mark Trestman and his Chicago Bears. The Bears are 3-0 also. Now, the criticism comes when people say, well, they beat 2 teams that are winless. It doesn't matter. They went to Pittsburgh on Sunday night to Heinz Field in one of the most hostile environments in all of football. And they absolutely destroyed the Steelers, 40-23. They also followed that. They were following that win up with 2 previous wins against the Minnesota Vikings, of course, divisional rival. Those games are always tough. And the Cincinnati Bengals on opening night. They won both those games at home. They went on the road, their first true road test, and they destroyed Pittsburgh. Watch out for Chicago because defensively, they're not missing a beat. Offensively, Jay Cutler seems to be playing better, under control. Brandon Marshall, man, do I need to say anything else about this guy? Absolute beast. Probably the second best receiver in all of football. And the addition of Martellus Bennett at tight end is definitely going to pay dividends for Chicago. So look out for those 3 teams, sports fam. And if you agree or disagree with me, do it in the comment section. I'll be anxious to hear what you guys have to say about what I've said and what my predictions are. So that's going to wrap up my random thoughts for the night, sports fam. Join me next week when I'll talk AFC football and who I think are the best teams in the AFC. Be easy, sports fam. Peace.